lectures. I'm out here this morning getting my exercise done while this lecture. But before I get started, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone for supporting my channel, all my viewers, support everyone for supporting my channel as we get ready to usher into the year of 2025. Unbelievable. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's very important lecture, which is social media check and getting that job, or either keeping your job. Social media check and getting that job. You know, many jobs now, many companies across the board, jobs period, now have incorporated as part of their pre-employment screening for candidates who are trying to get this job. A part of that pre-employment screening is now including a social media check. There are many types of pre-employment screenings. Of course, you know, the job application. Of course, for many companies, drug screens, background check, criminal background check. And now many jobs are now making a part of, before they make the decision to hire that person, to do a social media check. And there's many types of AI out there that can do these social media checks. And I'm talking about all platforms, you know, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. They're checking now for certain types of information before they make the decision to hire that person based off their social media persona. And I'm telling people, you know, and people are also not just, you know, companies doing these social media checks. You know, people have lost their jobs once they even got the job because of social media. You know, and it don't matter if you use a different social media name. They can still do, with the power of AI, when they do that social media check, they can go into and see what you got going on your social media platform, people. And, you know, and that's why people need to be careful when they're going on these platforms with controversial stuff, political stuff, you know, negative language, toxic behavior, threats, and all of that. They don't even realize they are blocking themselves from future employment. They are blocking them. They're also setting themselves up to lose their present job, because even once you get the job, these companies can still go in and still do ongoing social media checks. This thing is real. And sometimes you see people on these social media platforms with all kind of toxic behavior, dramified behavior, you know, where they're showing all these different video footage of, you know, they're going back and forth with drama behavior, toxic behavior, cussing people out. You know, you got to be careful with the political views. Yeah, folks have lost their jobs because of stuff that they put on social media in terms of their political views, hate messages, threatening behavior. And companies, you know, are fed up, because you got to understand, these companies and these corporations, they also have a brand to protect. And if a person's out there putting all this type of behavior on their social media platform and think they're going to be able to get a job or either keep their job, because now, you know, I know a lot of people in HR. Almost every job, every company now got policies and procedures in place in relation to social media use and etc. They got this now and it's been in policy and procedure. And you got a lot of people now who have popularized. You got people even in all kind of jobs. I seen in all professions, nurses, doctors, teachers, all these alleged professional people going on social media bashing their employer. Really? You know, filming live stream when they're in their uniform. Really? And talking negative about the job, or negative about the organization, or negative about patients, and they have lost their job. Because if you are in that healthcare arena, you know, and you hold a license and you're in uniform and showing your badge and talking negative about that job or negative about your shift and giving footage of patients, that's a violation of confidentiality laws, people, HIPAA rights. And I'm telling you, it's out of control. So I don't blame companies and organizations putting mechanisms in place to protect their brand, to protect that organization, to protect that job. Because when people select to go on these social media platforms showing they ASS and thinking a job going to want to hire them, really? You got a lot of people now that they have literally, they keep the cameras rolling in terms of popularizing everything going on in their personal life. When they get into arguments, live footage and live streaming fights with their significant other, showing how messy they live and think somebody's going to hire them, really? Now think about that. You got folks on social media, they have popularized it now where they have become professional beggars. Begging for money to pay their rent, their light bill, begging for money to buy food, begging for money to get the hair done, begging for money to go to Starbucks. So they're putting this out here for the whole world to see. And you really think of potential employers, when they see this, they're going to want to hire you. Really, just think about this. So people are, because of their social media persona, they don't even realize that they're blocking opportunity to get jobs, to get good jobs, because corporations and companies and businesses across the board, I'm telling you, as part of the pre-employment screening process, they are doing social media. And they got AI can go in and find out whatever social media account you got. They can find it, people. And they are going to analyze that social media account as part of their pre-employment screening process, and that can make a big difference in you getting that job or not. In this real talk, people, it don't even matter if you are independent contractor as a 1099. That's still a pre-employment screening process you got to go through to get that 1099 contract, to get that, to make that money as an independent contractor, because there's still a process you got to go through. Because that company who you're getting that 1099 contract with, they got a brand to protect people. Corporations are fed up. And you just, in social media, people, in reality, was not intended to go on these platforms with that kind of foolishness. It's not. It was not intended and set up to be like that. No, the purpose of social media platforms, if you want to be a content creator, and if you want to put inspiring, motivational information on there, rather it's a how-to video or a cooking video or uplifting, positive, useful information to the world, that's okay. But social media was not intended to be on there with controversial information, tearing people down, negative, pessimistic, toxic, threatening people, fighting folks, messy, just plain old messy. And it's out of control. Because at the end of the day, we all got responsibilities and accountability to be able to take care of ourselves, to take care of our kids, to pay our bills, to provide for your family, to provide for yourself. And you're going to need a job to do that. You're going to need a steady stream of income, people, to take care of yourself. Being a content creator and going on social media is not going to pay your bills. That's just a platform that can be used in the right way, but at the still time, you got to have a career, you got to have a job, you got to be able to pay your bills and take care of your kids, even if you're a content creator, or even if you're using these social media platforms. And a lot of folks have gotten this thing twisted. I'm not saying you can't make a living off being a content creator, but you still need to have a plan B. You better have a plan B, because what if that platform shuts your channel down? Then what? How are you going to pay your bills? There have been the biggest content creators. I've seen the downfall of people, for real, getting caught up in scandal. I've seen it. And now what you're going to do to take care of yourself. What you're going to do, you pay your bills and etc. Your real life persona should not be intertwined with your social media persona. That is separate, people. That is separate. You know, you got to approach these platforms like a business model. You know, and it's separate. And a lot of people got this twisted. So again, companies are getting fed up. I've had many conversations with people who are HR professionals. And there are many things they do for a pre-employment screening process. These jobs ain't planned. You know, there's a lot of these companies, they're running your credit report. They're doing that criminal background check, drug screen, social media check, on top of filling out the application, on top of sometimes multiple interviews. They want your left arm before they make their decision on whether or not you can get that job, on top of checking your credentials. Because back in the day, you know, just having that credential and you did well on the interview, you got the job. They're diving deep. And I don't blame them. They doing every kind of check under the sun. You know, you got the interview is you got to score a certain rating on that interview. They're doing that drug screen. They're doing that background check. They're doing that credit check. They're doing the social media check. They're checking your credentials. They're checking everything before you can get that job. So if you got that horrible social media persona going on, that's going to block you from getting that job. This is real talk. You know, and a lot of people think, oh, because I don't use my real name, they got AI that can do face recognition. The AI can pull your account, trust me. And they can analyze that social media account, and that can be the determining factor on whether or not you get that job or not. And better yet, I've seen people lose their job behind social media on these platforms, cutting a fool. And all it takes is somebody to forward that footage to the company, and you gone. Because all the company is going to do is say they're going to pull up the policies and procedures in relation to social media and they're going to say this behavior on social media is not in line with our policies and procedures. We got to let you go. And this is real talk, people. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So share this information in regards to social media check and getting that job and also keeping that job. So again, I want to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel as we get ready to usher into the year of 2025. I'm so excited in regards to the trajectory path I'm going to continue to take my channel as a content creator. Simplify, Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.